7:04 on this Tuesday morning. The clock is ticking for the U.S. Senate as lawmakers pulled another all-nighter to try and pass the GOP's big budget and border bill ahead of President Trump's deadline this Friday. The president took to social media overnight to advocate for the bill. Naomi Ruckham is monitoring the votes from New York.
No.
The marathon vote on amendments continued overnight as Senate Republicans raced to pass President Donald Trump's massive spending package.
This is Congress's job, and by God, we ought to do it.
The bill includes an extension of the president's 2017 tax cuts, his campaign promise of no tax on tips, a new tax on wind and solar projects that use materials from China, and increased border and defense spending. But lawmakers in both parties have come out against its steep cuts to Medicaid.
This bill is going to ruin people's lives.
Fiscal conservatives have balked at the latest Congressional Budget Office report that predicts the Senate's bill would add up to $3.3 trillion to the deficit over the next decade. On social media, President Trump pushed to get his one big beautiful bill across the finish line by his July 4th deadline, calling the legislation the greatest and most important of its kind in history.
Republicans need to stay tough and unified during the home stretch, and we are counting on them to get the job done.
Overnight, the president also reignited his feud with billionaire Elon Musk after Musk threatened on X that any lawmaker who votes for the massive bill, quote, will lose their primary next year if it's the last thing I do on this earth. President Trump fired back, suggesting his administration should take a good hard look at government subsidies for Musk's space, internet, and electric car companies, adding there's big money to be saved.
Now, even if the bill passes the Senate, it still has to go back to the House for final approval. Yesterday, House Speaker Mike Johnson expressed optimism that the legislation will reach President Trump's desk, though he says he has cautioned the Senate to keep their version of the bill close to the package that the House passed last month.